In this Star Wars Outlaws news update video, I will be sharing with you the patch notes and everything that's included in today's big update. Title Update 4 has arrived, featuring major gameplay reworks, new features, bug fixes, and more. Before we do take a look at everything though, make sure you do subscribe to this channel so you won't miss any future Star Wars Outlaws news updates. Also, here's a quick message from today's sponsor, BenQ. They've just launched the GR10, a 7-in-1 dock that works with the devices you love to use, such as gaming handhelds, your phone or laptop. You can use them with an up to 4K 120 or 8K 60 display, charge them with up to 100 watts, and use external devices such as storage. It's really easy to set up, and I love the angled Type-C connector. Now Star Wars Outlaws is on Steam, you can play it on the go or on the big screen. Be sure to get the Beacreatus GR10 dock whilst it is on a 10% discount using the link down below in the description. So, today, November 21st, is a huge day for this game. The first story DLC Wildcard has released, alongside a bunch of new cosmetics, which I have made a dedicated video on showcasing the Boba Fett skins and all of that stuff, so if you're interested in that, check that out on my channel. Plus, free contracts have been given out to everybody. The game has also released on Steam, but also the biggest update yet has released, and that's Title Update 4. It's available to download on all platforms right now. It comes in at around 7.5 gigabytes on PS5, around 10 on Xbox Series X and S, and almost 9 on PC. The Star Wars Outlaws team have released patch notes featuring all of the stuff included in today's update, and I'll be going through them in just a moment. But firstly, I just want to mention some of the highlights before we dive into the minute details. So the main improvements made in this update are changes to the stealth and combat. So they've actually removed almost all of the forced stealth elements in quest objectives, so you're now able to fight your way through areas rather than just have to use stealth, so there's no instant fail screens that will be happening. You're also able to pull out your weapons in Syndicate territories, which you weren't able to do so. All the blasters in the game, including Kay's own, so all of the modules and all of the pickup weapons now operate differently, plus facial animations and expressions have also been improved. And one bug that has still yet to be fixed is the issue with Windows 11 version 24H2. They are still working with Microsoft to deploy a permanent fix, which they will do so as soon as possible. Unfortunately, it's just such a difficult issue to fix at the core of Windows, and this game, it's not the only game having this issue. They are still working with Microsoft to get this done, but it is really frustrating that this is still happening. Now for the actual in-depth details. So, let's start with general gameplay. They fixed an issue where players could get stuck by not being able to take off using the Trailblazer after certain missions. I know a bunch of people had that across many different missions. Kay now holsters a two-handed weapon in more situations, such as climbing, grappling, or using the speeder. They've improved the AI speeder usage, as well as enemy detection and enemy tactical decision making in combat to encourage more active management of positioning. They've decreased enemy damage per shot while increasing the damage cadence increase over time. Plus, they've improved detection, signs, and feedback of cameras. Player state, whether it be crouched or standing, is now kept after traversal actions. They've also fixed a couple of issues where only one NPC would be alerted when whistling, and where players could remain undetected in high grass while performing aggressive actions. They have enabled the use of combat in parts of Syndicate districts, and added weak points to various enemies. They've adjusted the weapon aiming, so the spread, recoil and such, to allow for more precision and management. Plus they have updated the weapon values of all weapons Kay can pick up. Plus, headshot damage has been increased when shooting at enemies, and they've also increased the blaster module usage for the ion and power modules. They've removed the player blast damage from the power module, and added enemy stagger to explosions. Body part specific death animations have been added to improve combat satisfaction. Massive have also improved the cover usage by NPCs during combat, plus fixed an issue where Kay would put away the holo tracker when crouching, and an issue where hostiles were sometimes marked as friendly and could not be damaged by blaster fire. Jumping has been adjusted to give more control in the air when you land. Now let's talk about UI, HUD and settings. So they've added visual indication of when an NPC starts detecting the player. The team have also added a toggle to turn off the cinematic lens if you wish to do so. I know some people do like this, they tried really hard to recreate the original trilogy lens, but if you aren't a fan of it, you can now toggle it off in the settings, just like any other setting. Text has been added to highlight which blaster module should be used when aiming towards heavy guards, droids, and cameras. The prompt to ping the track's objective is now more prominent and affected by HUD visibility settings, plus they've added icons to environmental objects that require unlockable abilities. Nyx's quick action icon has been improved by highlighting the button when having an active target. They've also made it clearer whether a takedown could trigger combat. They've added NPC tags above heads, and this works with existing colourblind settings, so white is neutral, orange is aware, red is in combat. They've also adjusted the adrenaline rush cost based on difficulty, so in story mode it's still 100%, normal is 110, and challenging/hard is 150%. The wanted system messaging and display has also been improved, plus they've fixed an issue where some gear effect icons were not showing correctly. Now for the audio department, so they've improved enemy dialogue when they are going in and out of cover, plus fixed a couple of issues such as where the sound wouldn't play through the DualSense control on PS5, so I've had many people complain about that for the past couple of updates. That has now been fixed, as well as an issue where arcade games would be missing music after starting a new game. Now for cinematics, they've added facial animations to gameplay dialogue scenes and vendors, and improved animations and visuals of some dialogue scenes. An issue has been fixed where MD5 would be missing from the passenger seat when landing or taking off from Rampoli Station or Atra Station. They've improved the camera in various ways as well, so it's now been improved when shooting, aiming down sights, and moving in general, alongside the cover camera, so they've now added the ability to actually swap shoulders when aiming. They've also improved the shop camera, so when you are interacting with a vendor, it has a better view now. In terms of worlds, fauna and flora, they've fixed an issue with destructible flora, and where visual effects created by waterfalls were broken. They've also increased the distance at which light can be seen in the world, and improved the visibility. Grass textures and mud, especially at distance, have had their visuals improved. Photo mode has also received that new clean lens feature, so whilst you could do it in the main game settings for gameplay, you can now do it in photo mode as well, separately from each other. On to accessibility, which is a very important part of the game. They've added a custom controller preset which allows remapping of individual buttons. You can choose to separate sets of button swaps for K, the Speeder and the Trailblazer. There is also a new strong aim assist setting, as well as a new auto transfer option for climbing which allows you to hop between climbable objects by moving towards them instead of having to press a button. A setting has been added to change how large and clear the effect showing the security camera detection area is. The sound effect slider has been split into two separate sliders for gameplay sounds and background sounds. Faster menu narration with settings now up to 400% speed. Menu narration now reads lockpicking and slicing minigames, objective hints, and which the back card is currently highlighted in your hand, and while drawing or discarding. Fill screen is now the default screen aspect ratio. Previously it was 21:9, it's now 16:9. Remove all hold input for Mac markers have been added to change holds to pressers setting, and descriptions of accessibility settings have been reworded for improved clarity. So they fixed an issue where destroying a ship by ramming it would not count towards the Never Tell Me the Odds trophy or achievement. They fixed an issue where the Shoot First trophy and achievement and the Better ability could not be unlocked at the same time. Plus, they fixed an issue where defeating Death Troopers during certain missions would not count towards the Define Death Ubisoft Connect challenge. They've also made a bunch of fixes to various main and side quests, but a bunch of them are very spoiler heavy towards the end of the game, so I'm not going to show them in this video, but you can check out the full patch notes for them using the link down below in the description. As always, if you do come across any other bugs, you can use the Bug Reporter website, which I've showcased in previous videos, which goes directly to Ubisoft and allows you to get updates when those bugs are fixed, or if there is any progress in general, potential workarounds from Ubisoft and more. The fixes and changes won't stop there because Massive are going to continue to make new updates for this game as time goes on, listening to our feedback. Not to mention there is a big DLC coming out in spring 2025, so more to come from this game, so stay tuned for that. Also, if you are thinking about picking up the game now, it's on sale by 25%, as well as any of the DLC, cosmetic stuff like that. Please do use my creator code on the Ubisoft store, just type in Azatro and it'll help support me, and the game is also on discount right now, so it's a win-win. I'd love to hear your thoughts on anything I've talked about in this video, so please do let me know down in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video, please do drop a like, subscribe so you don't miss any future Star Wars Outlaws videos, and if you did miss any of my previous videos, click on the playlist on screen right now, and I shall see you in my next video. Goodbye.